Welcome to Seneca Indians Baseball, live on kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting out. Welcome to Welcome to Seneca Lady Indians Softball on KNEO 91.7 FM with live audio and video online at kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're listening to the official pregame show of the Seneca Lady Indians. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
Versus the 2-3 Seneca Indians. I'm Ben Wolcott with you for all the action here this afternoon as your countdown to first pitch sponsors People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. It was a very slow week last week for these Seneca Lady Indians. They only had one game on the docket last week, and it was a barn burner here in Seneca as they fell by a final score of 8-7 to Carthage Lady Tigers. You like the resolve that this Seneca Lady Indian team showed in that game, though. Fell down behind 3-0 through 3 innings and then scored 3 in the bottom of the third to tie it up. And then Carthage scored 3 in the top of the fifth. Seneca answered with 2 of their own, and then they each scored 1 apiece in the sixth. That one run Carthage scored in the top of the sixth ended up being the game-winning run, as Carthage 7 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors. Seneca 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. And with that game being the only game last week, both pitchers for this Seneca team got to be on the mound. As Kinley Sommer got the start, she went the first 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 base on balls, and 3 strikeouts. She got a no decision in that contest. Abby Jamros picked up the loss. She went 4 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 4 base on balls, and 5 strikeouts. So you like what you see. Obviously, a little bit for Seneca, the pitching, something that they would like to get a little bit better at, but another chance to get better here today. A very busy week for the Seneca Lady Indian team as they have a non-conference game today. They open up conference play tomorrow here at home against McDonald County, go on the road to Cassville on Thursday, and then another non-conference, but it's a district opponent as they face Logan Rogersville on a Friday afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, 4:30 starts. Friday afternoon is actually a 2 p.m. start as they try to avoid football Friday nights. And obviously football Friday, it's the home opener on Friday night for the Seneca Indian football team as they will play Nevada. We'll go ahead, take a timeout, and come back with more of the preview after this. You're watching and listening to Seneca Indian Softball here on the KNEO Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Hello, I'm Josh Dotson, a member of the Hollow Springs Church of Christ in Seneca, Missouri. I'm going to talk to you a moment about loneliness. It is a very deep ache that reaches down to the soul, but the Bible reminds us that we are truly never alone. From the beginning, God has told us that it is not good for man to be alone. And as a matter of fact, He shows us His intention is to have a relationship with Him and a relationship with others. That helps us to not be alone in this life. However, we still go through loneliness. Psalms chapter 34, verse 18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and He saves those who are crushed in the spirit." Jesus Himself, though, we understand, experienced loneliness in the Garden of Gethsemane. Remember, He was abandoned, and remember, He was also forsaken at the cross. So Jesus can deeply feel our pain. He understands the loneliness. But through Him, we are offered not only that comfort, but we're also offered a community, the body of Christ. So when we feel forgotten, when we feel that everything has come crushing down and we are lonely, remember God has told us in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8, "I will never leave you and I will never forsake you." So let us hold on to the truth that in Christ Jesus, loneliness may visit, but it never has to be the final word. For KNEO Radio, I'm Josh Dotson.
Had one game on the docket, fell last Tuesday to Carthage by a final score of 7-6. Busy week this week, 4 games this week. 3 of them are at home. Neosho here today, Mack County here tomorrow, Thursday at Cassville, and then Friday at home. A 2 o'clock start there. This begins a very busy stretch for Seneca, as next week they'll have another busy week. 3 games at Carl Junction next Monday. Conference games Tuesday, Thursday against Aurora at home, and then at Nevada next Thursday. So they always, like we always talk about, kind of joke about, cram a lot of games into about a month and a half here for softball, and you're going to see the busyness of that here. As Seneca actually doesn't look like, in the past they have gone down to Branson for the Branson tournament, but that does not look like that is going to happen this year for them, as just probably trying to make sure that they get as many games in, and tournament-wise with the new coach may have wanted to try and avoid that a little bit. For this Neosho team, 6-3 overall. They actually started off the year 4-0. They went 2-3 in the Joplin tournament over the weekend. Played some tough opponents in that Joplin tournament. Lost to Blue Springs 4-3. Lost to beat Jay, 17-2. Lost to Ozark 3-1. Beat Lee Summit North 6-3, and then lost to Park Hill South by a final score of 2-1. Districts, obviously, pairings were announced a couple weeks ago, and then last Friday the host sites were announced. Seneca will be traveling back to Cassville for the 2nd straight year, and it seems like it's the 3rd in 4 years that Seneca will be traveling down to Cassville. Neosho actually gets to have the tournament at home this year, so they will get some home kicking. Don't have to go to Kansas City. They had to go to Kansas City last year. So for Neosho, they're going to be part of a tough district, have some tough opponents there, but they do get the home game. Take another 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we will get you the starting lineups after this on the KNEO Sports Network.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. Elimination games during the playoffs are always so intense and fun. Nothing brings out the best in a team like the desperation they play with when everything is on the line. What about in our own lives? Do we live with a desperation mentality when serving God? Oftentimes, something drastic has to happen before we're willing to surrender ourselves in total desperation for God. But we don't have to wait until we're actually desperate to live like we're desperate. Jesus has already shown us his amazing love, so our response each day should be one of surrender. Paul writes in Romans, I plead with you to give your bodies to God because of all he has done for you. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind he will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship him. Today, let's allow our desperation to please God. Lead us to sacrifice everything we have, knowing that victory is the result. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
To you by Prairie Top Chiropractic as we get set for action here between Neosho and Seneca. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Lady Wildcats coming in at 6 and 3 overall. Leading off is the center fielder, number 1, Autumn Kennard. Batting second and playing third base, number 18, Kindon Smith. Batting third and playing first base, number 21, Journey Arnell. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, number 27, Sadie Leach. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 8, Addie Hart. Batting sixth and doing the pitching, number 9, Olivia Emery. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 11, Carly Mahurin. Excuse me, I apologize for that. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 2, Kylie Tomlinson. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 5, Ashton Stevens. Now the starting lineup for the Seneca Lady Indians. Leading off is the shortstop, number 25, Cordy Hancock. Batting second and playing second, number 5, Jolie King. Batting third and doing the pitching, number 26, Abby Jamrose. The cleanup hitter is the third baseman, number 15, Kinley Sommer. Batting fifth and doing the catching, number 10, Rayleigh Davis. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 22, Ava Berry. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 11, Josie Andrews. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 1, Olivia Wade. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 33, Rose Card. Head coach of the Lady Wildcats is Brandy Goodell. She's assisted by Angie Turner and Bobby Stackhouse. The head coach of the Seneca Lady Indians is Cassidy Barclay, assisted by Susan Beville. A very busy week, like we said, for Seneca. 4 games this week, 2 conference games, Tuesday, Thursday, 2 non-conference games, Monday and Friday. Jamrose gets the start today, but you know Kinley Sommer will have some pitching over these next couple of days as well. Maybe tomorrow you may see Sommer get the start and then Jamrose on Thursday and Sommer on Friday, but obviously still a lot to be determined over the course of this week. But again, conference games set to tip off tomorrow, and once again, with only 6 teams in the Big 8 for softball in the fall, you do have that round robin where you have a home and away against each one of those teams. So you got 10 conference games on the docket. A winner who obviously gets the Big 8 championship of that, and you very easily can have ties because of the fact that you may lose a game or two to some teams because you're playing everybody twice, once home and once away. Like we said, districts become important as well. Cassville in the district, Aurora in the district, for Seneca, Logan Rogersville in the district for the Lady Indians. And so there is a lot of things. Not only do you want to win to try and win the Big 8, but you also want to win to try and make sure that you have the best seed come district-wise. I think there are 7 teams in Seneca's district, and so you are going to see the number 1 seed have a bye in that district. So that is a very interesting district for the Lady Indians, because 1 will have the bye to the semis, and then 2 will face 7, 3 will face 6, and 4 will face 5 in that first game, or that first day of play in district play. Just trying to see if I can pull up here quickly the district for Seneca, but like we said, there are definitely some Big 8 teams in that district, and so you're going to have your opportunities to try and beat them. Seneca, it's a little bit different just because of the fact that it was in a tournament, but already a head-to-head win over Aurora, and you have a couple more opportunities to beat them. Aurora, Cassville in there, Monette in the district, Nevada in the district as well. So you got 4 teams from the Big 8 in the district, and then you have Clinton in that district as well, a team north of Nevada, and then Logan Rogersville is the other team in Seneca's district. So 7-team district, and sometimes there's a little bit of an advantage. Obviously, you want the number 1 seed, but sometimes, as we've seen in years past, there have been advantages to playing on that first day because you're not as nervous going into that second day. Whereas if you have that bye, you don't have a game under your belt, and that could cost you. But obviously, you want the best record as possible and the best seed as possible when it comes to that district. So, like we said, busy week for Seneca here as they really cram a lot of softball in the next month and a half. 4 games for Seneca this week, and 3 of them are at home. So if you're in the Seneca area, come on out and you can watch some very good softball. Like we said, Friday, Logan Rogersville is here. That's a little bit of a weird start time, 2 o'clock start time. And like we said, that start time is due to the fact that they don't want to interfere with Friday night football. And so 2 o'clock start time in that contest on Friday. A district game should be a fun one. We'll have coverage of 3 of the 4 games this week for Seneca, as they have the game here today, the game tomorrow at home against Mack County, and then we will have the game at Cassville on Thursday. Friday, there will be no broadcast of the contest here in Seneca. Just too much going on to try and get that broadcast in as well. So we will have 3 of the 4, and obviously hope you're able to tune in and watch or listen to any of the Seneca games that we carry. We will go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout, come back, and hopefully have the start of the game for you after this break here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District, tradition, pride, class.
sponsoring the East Newton.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See Bank for complete details.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Forbes asked and the people answered. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is one of America's best insurance companies. Forbes recognizes what our customers have known for generations. We are committed to protecting families and the lives they built. For auto, home, life, and business protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Mid-America Specialty Markets of Seneca is a supporter of the Seneca Indians, and they're proud to bring you today's game. They provide insurance services for the four-state area, including home, auto, life, and agribusiness. Located at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, they are licensed in Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. Learn more today at midminsurance.com or call 417-451-9177. Mid-America Specialty Markets. Protecting your business and family is our specialty.
See what happens here today. Only a 20-minute drive down Highway 60 to get the two teams here. So, should be a fun one here this afternoon. We will take a 90-second break for the national anthem. Back with the start of the game after this on the KNEO Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
It is another beautiful day for softball. Not too hot, not too cold. A beautiful day here in Seneca. 80 degrees here at first pitch. Partly sunny skies here in Seneca. Neosho, the road, black pants, gold tops, black numbers. Seneca, white pants, white tops, blue and red trim with red numbers here this afternoon. Seneca will look like this in the field. Josie Andrews in left, Olivia Wade in center, and Rose Card in right. Left to right in the infield, you have Kinley Sommer at third base. You have Cordy Hancock at shortstop. You have Jolie King at second base. And Ava Berry at first base, with Rayleigh Davis catching Abby Jamros here this afternoon. For Neosho, they will lead off with Autumn Kennard, Kendon Smith, and Journey Arnold are your first three. Sadie Leach, Addie Hart, and Olivia Emery are your next three. And the final three are Carly Mahurin, Kylie Tomlinson, and Ashton Stevenson. As Autumn Kennard will step into the box, and first pitch will be at 4:32 p.m. here this afternoon. So that first pitch hits the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Kennard, Smith, and Arnold are the first three up here for Neosho, working against Abby Jamros this afternoon. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. That looks low, so the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the first here in Seneca. As here comes the 1-1. And that hits the outside corner. And the count 1-2. Rick McCullough is your home plate umpire here this afternoon, calling balls and strikes. As here comes a 1-2 from Jamros. The 1-2 is a little bit high, as Kennard able to lay off, maybe outside as well. So the count now runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count here on the leadoff hitter for Neosho. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and there's 1 down, as it looked like a changeup there by Jamros.
Now batting for Neosho, number 18, Kendon Smith.
As Kendon Smith will come to the plate here for the Lady Wildcats. So Jamros gets this game started with a strikeout for the Lady Indians. So that first pitch hits the outside corner, and the count 0-1. 1 out here. Top of the first, just underway here in Seneca. So here comes the 0-1. And that pitch is hit up the middle and through for a single. Gets by Hancock, and taking second on the play is Kendon Smith. It's a single, and then it was batted out there in center field by Wade. And so runner at second was Journey Arnold come to the plate for Neosho with a runner in scoring position. Wade out there in center field bobbled it a little bit, and it let the runner get to second base. So that first pitch hits the outside corner. It counts 0-1. It is a single for Smith, but advances to second on the E8. Sponsors here this afternoon: Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, ProLu Maintenance Center, and Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. So here comes the 0-1. And that pitch is low and outside, so the count's 1-1. Good job there by Davis to get a glove on that one and not allow the runner to get to second base. 1-1 the count here on Smith. 1 out here in the top of the first. So here comes the 1-1. Pitch is hit to left center field and deep, and that ball is gone. It is a 2-run home run for Journey Arnold. And just like that, it is very quickly 2-0 here for Neosho. So that one was left over the meat of the plate, and Arnold hits it over the left center fence for a 2-run home run. So 2 runs in here for Neosho, as Sadie Leach will come to the plate.
Now batting for Neosho, number 27, Sadie Leach.
As here comes the first pitch. And that's in the dirt, and the count is 1-0. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, and Prairie Top Chiropractic, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. Seneca opens up Big 8 play tomorrow afternoon as McDonald County comes to town. So that 1-0 is low as well, so the count is 2-0. Seneca will repay the visit to McDonald County later on this month. They head there on the 25th. As here comes the 2-0 pitch from Jamrose, a long look in, and here comes the 2-0, and that's swung on and missed as they buster her on that inside corner. Leach can't quite extend out there. Get the hands in, and the count now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is popped up in the air, foul, and too far away for Sommer to get. The count moves to 2-2, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes, like we say in baseball all the time. Softball is true as well. There is a ton of foul ground here in Seneca. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. 2-2 busted her on the inside corner, and the pitch is popped up to Hancock at second base, and there are 2 down now for Addie Hart.
Now the bat for the Lady Cats.
Mid-America Specialty Markets, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. So Hart comes to the plate. 2 runs in the inning so far here for Neosho. So the first pitch is low and outside for a ball, so the count's 1-0. So here comes the 1-0 pitch from Jamrose. That 1-0, she busts her on the inside corner, and a diving catch out there by Cordy Hancock. And that will end the inning. For Neosho, 2 runs, 2 hits. There was an error, and they don't strand anybody. Half inning in the books. It's Neosho 2 and Seneca coming up here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A-Plus Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action. I shouldn't say get set, as we get set for the bottom of the first. Neosho have a 2-0 lead. Cordy Hancock, Jolie King, Abby Jamrose are the first 3 for Seneca. Kinley Sommer, Rayleigh Davis, and Ava Berry are the next 3. Josie Andrews, Olivia Wade, and Rose Card are the final 3 for Seneca, as they will be going up against Olivia Emery for Neosho, as Carly Mahurin is in left. In center field's Autumn Kennard, and in right field is Ashton Stevens. We'll get you the infield after this first pitch as Hancock takes a ball inside, so the count's 1-0. Hancock, King, and Jamrose are the first three up for Seneca here in the bottom of the first. Here comes the 1-0. That hits the outside corner, and it counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Hancock, King, Jamrose are the 3 for Seneca. Sommer would be the 4th hitter if you can get that far, as that pitch is spoiled foul back to the screen. It counts 1 and 2 as Rick McCullough hands off the ball to Leach and goes and gets the foul ball himself. 1 and 2 the count here. So here comes the 1-2, and that is outside. And Hancock works it to 2 and 2. Leadoff hitter here for Seneca. So here comes the 2-2. That's swung on. Actually, they're going to say it was foul, tipped into the mitt. And there's 1 down as Jolie King will come to the plate here for Seneca. So 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning.
For your Seneca Indians, number 5, Jolie King.
As King will step in and see if she can get on. As here comes the first pitch from Emery. And that first pitch is high and tight for a ball, and so the count's 1-0. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 1-0. I'm not sure if she half-hearted swing at that or check swing. It was a strike either way on the outside corner, and the count's 1-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. That hits the inside corner as Emery has worked both corners. Goes from the outside corner to the inside corner. Count now 1 and 2. As here comes the 1-2 offering. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and Emery has back-to-back strikeouts to start the contest. So Abby Jamrose will come to the plate now for Seneca. Jamrose hit the ball hard against Carthage. That first pitch is fouled out of play, so the count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here on Jamrose. That pitch is on a line, and it's going to bounce right in front of the center fielder. So a 2-out single for Jamrose. And now Sommer will come to the plate, see if she can keep the line moving here for Seneca.
15, Kinley Summer.
So 2 outs here. As here comes the first pitch. That pitch is spoiled foul, and the count's 0-1. Jamrose at first. As here comes the 0-1 pitch from Emery. And that pitch is in there for a strike. It's the bottom of the zone. The count's 0-2. So now Sommer needs to protect here with 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that is just outside. Leach set up in the white of that other batter's box, and Emery hit it, but it was outside, and the count's 1-2, trying to see if Sommer would swing at it. 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. That will end the inning for Seneca. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Through 1, 2-0 Neosho.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Against Jamrose as that first pitch is hit up the middle and past the diving king. It's a single to start the inning for Neosho, Emery, Mahurin, and Tomlinson. And then Stevens is the 9th place hitter, and then you get back to the top of the order. Nice effort there by King, but couldn't quite make the play. So the leadoff runner is on, and they aren't going to have a courtesy runner here for the pitcher, at least not yet. As here comes the first pitch to Mahurin, and that's in there for a strike. Hits the inside corner, so the count's 0-1. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. As here comes the 0-1 pitch from Jamrose. Long look in. And here comes the 0-1. That's low. Good block by Davis. And the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. The leadoff runner is on for Neosho. 1-1 hits the outside corner. Counts 1-2. Jamrose did strike out a batter there in the first. Emery struck out all 3 batters in her half of the first. 1-2 the count here on Mahurin, and here comes the 1-2, and that is just outside, and the count's 2-2. Just outside, just a little low, not sure where it missed, but it didn't miss by much. Count moves to 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. So that one is fouled off towards the Seneca dugout. And the count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. Here comes the 2-2. Jamrose needs the signs again. Here comes another 2-2. That is high, and the count's full at 3-2. As here comes the full count pitch from Jamrose. 3-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. There's one down as Jamrose wins that battle. Kylie Tomlinson will come to the plate now for Neosho. 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, and Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Huddle Springs Church of Christ, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. So that first pitch is hit to third. Barry throws to second in a wild throw, and first baseman was backing up. I should say the right fielder was backing up first. Nobody backing up second. So it goes to right center field. A good throw, but Davis can't get it as the errors allow both runs to come in and score. It is an E5 on the play. as it rolls all the way to the wall, and it's 4-0 here for Neosho. If Davis had been able to get the ball, that was a pretty good throw in from Hancock, and they potentially would have had that runner out at the plate as Stevens takes a called strike, so the count's 0-1. But 2 more runs in for Neosho. 3 of the 4 runs given up are unearned so far. So here comes the 0-1. That's low and outside, and the count's 1-1. That's something that Seneca's still working on as well, because I think Barry was probably, or not Barry, excuse me, that was Sommer at third, probably better off trying to just get the out at first and not worry about the runner at second. Jamrose can't catch it, and it's an infield single for Stevens. She got a bump base hit, and now Autumn Kennard will come to the plate as they get back to the top of the order. Miss Kennard struck out her first time, and Coach Barclay going to bring the entire infield in and have a conversation. Say, hey, just settle down a little bit here if you're Seneca. Because some are probably, like we said, better off trying to throw to first instead of trying to get that lead runner and King, throwing it to King at second base, because I don't know that King wasn't really anticipating the throw there. You love to get the lead runner there, but I don't know that that was the play for Seneca. So Coach Barclay will come back in, and Kennard will step to the plate for Neosho. A runner on first is Stevens. Very well could call that an error on Jamrose, but that was a hard play for her to pick the ball up, so I think I'm going to stick with the single. As that first pitch is swung on and missed, but stealing second without a throw is Stevens. So another runner in scoring position for Neosho. Back and top of the order here for Lady Wildcats. So the 0-1 is outside, and the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO 917 Sports. 1-1 the count here on Kennard. Here comes the 1-1. That is outside, and the count's 2-1. Didn't miss her spot by much, but she missed it a little bit. 2-1 the count here. As here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's low. Good block by Davis to keep it in front of her and keep Stevens at second base. Seneca at home against McDonald County. Have that broadcast again. 4:30 start tomorrow in the Big 8 opener. So here comes the 2-1. That was a 3-1, excuse me, and now the count's full at 3-2. Able to strike her out on a 2-2 pitch last time. See what happens here. Full count against Kennard. That hits the outside corner for strike 3. That's a very big strikeout for Jamrose as there's 2 down for Kendon Smith. Smith singled and scored on Arnold's home run in the first. Not sure, as Jamrose had to call time, needed to retie her shoe. That's what she was waiting for, making sure that they called time so she could tie her shoe. So 2 out here for Smith. She singled up the middle her first time. Got to second on it. That first pitch is inside for a ball. So the count is 1-0 as Stevens is dancing over at second base out there. 1-0 the count here. As here comes the 1-0 from Jamrose. That pitch is hit on the nub to King. King underhand throws to first. And that will end the inning for Neosho. They get 2 more runs in the inning, courtesy of 2 base hits. There was another error, and they strand 1.5 in the books. It's 4-0 Lady Wildcats.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
Rayleigh Davis to start off the second here for Seneca. 5, 6, and 7. Davis, Berry, and Andrews are the three due up here against Emory as Emory throws a strike in there, so the count is 0-1. Emory struck out all three batters in the first, sandwiched around a Jamrose single. As here comes the 0-1. That's swung on and missed, and the count quickly moves to 0-2. Now, if you're Seneca, you need to battle here with 2 strikes. So Emory looking for her 4th strikeout. And that hits the inside corner for strike 3. First 3 were swinging. That one was looking, and there's 1 down for Ava Berry. As Berry was 2 for 3 in the game against Carthage last Tuesday. 2 singles, a walk. She got put out only once in the 7th. That was a pop-out. As Berry takes a called strike on the inside corner, so the count's 0-1. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. As Berry swings through that one, and the count is quickly 0-2. Emory working very quickly here. Neosho has a busy week as well here, softball-wise, as the 0-2 is low, so the count's 1-2. They're actually off until Thursday after today, but they go to the Ozark Festival on Friday and Saturday, so they'll have a lot of softball this week. So that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Every putout has been via the strikeout for Neosho as Josie Andrews will come to the plate. Andrews also a good day for Seneca against Carthage. She technically was 2 for 4, but she reached base all 4 times, once on a fielder's choice. So that pitch hits the inside corner. She counts 0-1, once on a fielder's choice, once on an error, and then she doubled the other 2 times. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1 from Emory. That is outside. So the count's 1-1. Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. So Neosho at home on Thursday against Glendale, and then heads to Ozark Festival Friday and Saturday as that one swung on and missed. So the count's 1-2. Seneca just trying to battle here. Get a piece of the ball as here comes the 1-2. And that is in there for a called strike 3, and all 6 outs have been via the strikeout. For Neosho, 2 in the books. It's 4-0 Lady Wildcats on the KNEO Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. Elimination games during the playoffs are always so intense and fun. Nothing brings out the best in a team like the desperation they play with when everything is on the line. What about in our own lives? Do we live with a desperation mentality when serving God? Oftentimes, something drastic has to happen before we're willing to surrender ourselves in total desperation for God. But we don't have to wait until we're actually desperate to live like we're desperate. Jesus has already shown us his amazing love, so our response each day should be one of surrender. Paul writes in Romans, I plead with you to give your bodies to God because of all he has done for you. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind he will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship him. Today, let's allow our desperation to please God. Lead us to sacrifice everything we have, knowing that victory is the result. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
Leading off the top of the third here for Neosho as she takes the called strikes. The count's 0-1, 3-4-5 here for the Lady Wildcats as the 0-1 is outside, so the count is now 1-1. Arnold, Leach, and Hart are the three due up here. Arnold, a 2-run home run in the first inning for the Lady Wildcats. 1-1 the count on her. They tried to bust her inside last time, and she was able to get her hands in and hit a home run to left center as that one hits the outside corner. And the count is 1-2 strikes. And she hit it over the left center field fence. So they've been trying to keep it away from her as they've been going to the outside corner. That pitch hit over Jambrose's head. Hancock bobbles it a little bit. And safe at first is Arnold on the E6. Tough play, but probably one Hancock thinks she should have had. As we're going to have a pinch runner here for Arnold. And it's going to be number 15. It looks like Brooklyn Rogers. Pinch running for Neosho. As Sadie Leach will come to the plate. She popped out to shortstop her first time up. But it looks like that's Brooklyn Rogers running out there for Neosho. That pitch is hit to left field and deep. And the left fielder over her head. And it's a 2-run home run for Sadie Leach. As 2 more runs are in for Neosho as they extend the lead here to 6-0. And 2 RBI for her as well. As Addie Hart will come to the plate here for Seneca. As Addie Hart will come to the plate. She also popped out to shortstop her first time up. That one was actually more a line out. That was an excellent diving play by Cordy Hancock. First time up to get that put out. Past the top of the 5 o'clock hour, you're listening to KNEO 91.7 FM, Neosho Joplin. Live online at kneo.org as that first pitch is high and outside for a ball. So counts 1-0. Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, ProLube Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 1-0 the count here on Hart. As the 1-0 is in there for a strike. And the count is 1-1. So now you have Hart, Emery, and Mahurin, the 3 due up here after the first 2 come around and score. So that one apparently high. I don't think it was outside, and the count's 2-1. As here comes the 2-1. That one is outside, and the count is now 3-1. So Arnold reaches on an error, and then the 2-run home run. See if Jamrose can settle back in here as there's a 3-1 count on Hart. As here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that's high for ball 4. First walk of the day by Jamrose. But the third straight batter to reach for Neosho. As Olivia Emery will come to the plate.
Olivia Emery.
She singled her first time, eventually came in around and scored. As here comes the first pitch to her from Jamrose. First pitch is swung on and missed as Emery can't avoid swinging at the high heat. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, and Prairie Top Chiropractic sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. As here comes the 0-1. She fouls that one back to the screen, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes here on Emery. Nobody out here in the inning. Neosho's had 2 runs in every inning. 2 runs in the first on a 2-run home run, 2 runs in the second, and 2 more so far here in the third on a 2-run home run. So that pitch is outside for a ball, so the count's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Emery. So here comes the 1-2 offering. That pitch is looped foul to the screen. Count remains 1-2. She's having a hard time resisting that high pitch because she has missed one and fouled off a couple. Those pitches aren't strikes either. 1-2 the count. Here comes another 1-2. Swung on and lofted in the air. The left fielder Andrews out there will snag it for out number 1 for Seneca. So 1 down here as Carly Mahurin will come to the plate. She struck out swinging her first time up. Mid-America Specialty Markets, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Cedar Lane Farm and Garden all sponsoring the broadcast. So here comes the first pitch. She fakes a bunt, and the pitch is inside for a ball. This counts 1-0. Mahurin and Tomlinson. Anybody else reaches, Stevens would come to the plate, and then you get back to the top of the order again. Kennard already has 2 plate appearances through 3 innings. That one swung on and missed, so the count's 1-1. Talk about the more times you see a pitcher, better chance you have of getting a hit because you've seen what they throw. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1. That's high and outside for a ball, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count. 1 out here in the third. So here comes the 2-1 pitch from Jamrose. 2-1 pitch hits the inside corner. Busts her on the inside, and all of a sudden the count's 2-2. One out here in the top of the third. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, and she just got a piece of it. It hit her hand as well, but it hit the bat too. She's shaking her hand, but she also got a piece of it to keep herself alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes another 2-2 offering from Jamrose. That's outside, and the count's full at 3-2. With 1 out, you wonder if Hart will be off. It's a little harder to steal second in softball, though. That pitch is high for ball 4, and it doesn't matter. So 2 walks in the inning now as Kylie Tomlinson will come to the plate. Runners are at first and second. She came around and scored on a throwing error her first time up because the ball went into right center field, and the right fielder Card was backing up first base and had to try and go get it. The left fielder Olivia Wade had to go and get it from right center field where nobody was. They had a chance to get her out at home. Couldn't quite get it. That ball is hit over the third baseman's head. They're going to not send the runner home. It looked like they were trying to send the runner home, but stopping at third is Hart. And the bases are loaded for Ashton Stevens. Ashlyn Stevens will come to the plate with one out here in the top of the third. 2 runs in already. Neosho looking for more damage. So here comes the first pitch. That's low for a ball. Counts 1-0. This is already the 7th batter to bat in the inning for Neosho. They only have 1 run in so far. Seneca playing to cut that run off at home. So here comes the 1-0. That one wasn't quite the trifecta, but it fouls off the catcher and the umpire. And the count's 1-1. 1 out here. Kennard on deck. She has struck out both times, but obviously being the top of the order, as there's time out there. Left fielder Josie Andrews is having to tie her shoe. So that's what they were waiting for. 1-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the third. So here comes the 1-1. That's low. Davis able to keep that in front of her. Counts 2-1. Almost stood up a little bit too soon, but able to knock that down and not let it get back to the screen. 2-1 the count. As here comes the 2-1 from Jamrose. Swung on and missed, and the count moves to 2-2. One out here in the third. Bases full of Lady Wildcats. And a 2-2 count on the number 9 hitter for Neosho. And a late time called by Stevens. That was granted. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministry, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast. 2-2 is low and count is full, and you got nowhere to put her. See if Jamrose can make a good pitch here. A full count. Comes the 3-2. That pitch is laced down the left field line. It's a fair ball, and that's going to score at least 3, as it is going to be an RBI bases clearing triple for Ashlyn Stevens. She hit it just inside that third base bag, and she brings everybody home to make it 9-0. And I think we're going to have a pitching change here for Neosho, or for Seneca. Wait a second and see, is Coach Barclay going to come out and talk, but we are going to see if there is a pitching change coming. Because I don't remember if she's come out already, and we are going to have a pitching change here. Go ahead and take a 90-second break. Back with the change after this on the KNEO Sports Network.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Seneca, that is the pitching change for the Lady Indians. She comes in from third base to pitch. Jamrose moves to first. And I believe Ava Berry will move from first to third. I believe that is the changes there for Seneca. The runner at third base is still Jamrose's responsibility, but back to the top of the order. And Autumn Kennard for the Lady Wildcats, now working against Sommer. She has struck out twice, but now gets to face a new pitcher. So that first pitch hits the outside corner. The count's 0-1. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. That 0-1 is fouled out of play towards the batting cages. The count is 0-2. Runner at third is Stevens. And that is Jamrose's runner. That would finish off the line for her. 5 more runs have been put on in the inning here for Neosho. So that pitch is outside for a ball, but stays in front of Davis, so the count now 1-2. Seneca has not helped their starting pitching at all. So they already have 3 errors in the game. 1-2 is low, and Kennard has worked it to 2-2. Neosho off till Thursday when they host Glendale. Seneca back at it tomorrow afternoon as they host McDonald County. The Big 8 opener. So here comes the 2-2 offering. That's outside, and Kennard has worked it from 1-2 to full at 3-2. Might see Jamrose back at it there tomorrow. Try and shake off some of this from today. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. That's low for ball 4. So runners are at first and third now for Neosho. Kendon Smith will come to the plate. Do not be surprised if Kennard takes off for second. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. Neosho very much could be a contender in the COC for a softball, not broadcast. They have the runner picked off at home, and see if they can get the runner at home, and a diving effort and a good tag there to get that out. Coming around to third, it was Kennard that stole second and then takes third. But 2 outs now as that goes 2-1, 2-5, 2-6, I believe, on the putout. As Slavin's got too far caught off the bag. 1-0 the count on Smith. But there are 2 outs now. As here comes the 1-0. That pitch is hit on a line and can't quite catch it. There is Hancock. That's an excellent effort out there, but a single as it just spills. As she made another diving attempt, but can't quite get it. As Journey Arnold will come to the plate, and she will bat for another time here in the third inning. as she will re-enter because they had the pinch hitter there, or pinch runner, I should say, for the first time up. But the line is finished on Jamrose. That run is charged to, that 10th run is charged to Sommer. So we'll get you Jamrose's final line here in a moment. But Arnold calls time. Arnold, 1 for 2, a 2-run home run, reached on an error, came around to score earlier in the inning. So here comes the first pitch. That's high and outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. For State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Huddle Springs Church of Christ, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. That pitch is through the right side for a single as Card gets it back in quickly. Runners will be at first and second as Sadie Leach hit a 2-run home run her last time up. Jamrose 1 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 9 runs, 5 earned, 2 walked, 3 strikeouts. So here comes the first pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Leach 1 for 2, the 2-run home run, and a pop out to short. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that gets to the backstop, and so on the wild pitch, the runners will be at second and third. 1-1 the count here on Leach. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. They visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. The wheels have fallen off a little bit here this afternoon for Seneca in the third inning. 1-1. That is outside, and the count's 2-1. Didn't miss by much there. 2 outs. Leach at the plate. She's the 11th batter in the inning for Neosho. She already has hit a 2-run home run earlier in the inning. It's the 2-1. So that pitch is blooped up the middle. King diving effort at it, but can't get to it. It's an infield single for Leach. And another run will come in and score to make it 11-0. So runners will be at first and third. And now Seneca going to have an infield meeting of the minds. I think Rayleigh Davis called it, just trying to figure out what they're going to do, as I believe there's a courtesy runner coming in for Neosho, in for the catcher. If I can find a number, I'll tell you what it is here in a minute, but I have no clue what number it is. Looks like it might be number 1. It can't be 1 because that's Autumn Kennard. Maybe number 7, Sophia Copeland. So Addie Hart comes to the plate, walked earlier in the inning. She's also popped out to short. So that first pitch is in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. I believe that's a 7, which would be Sophia Copeland at the plate for on first base, courtesy running for the catcher. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's high for a ball. Copeland taking second without a throw. So runners are at second and third. Seneca just worried about trying to get that batter at the plate. So here comes the 1-1. That is outside. It gets past Davis, and the wild pitch Well, now another run to come in and score to make it 12-0, and Copeland will take third on the play. 2-1 the count here on Hart. Yes. Summers not having much success here either. 2-1 the count here. 2 outs in the top of the third. Here comes the 2-1. That pitch, it was a half-hearted swing. Jamrose can't keep it fair. Goes foul, and the count is 2-2. That one, you're almost wishing you would hope upon hope if you're Seneca that it stayed fair, because you could have tagged the runner out and it would have ended the inning. Neosho has exploded for 8 runs here in the inning to lead at 12-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here on Hart. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. And that 2-2 pitch is inside to not hit Hart, and the count's 3-2. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports. Here comes the full count pitch. That is in there for a called strike 3, and that will end the inning. For Neosho, they score 8 runs in the inning through 2.5. It is 12-0 Neosho here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100. Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
Olivia Wade will lead off the third here for Seneca, as it'll be 8-9-1. Wade, Card, and then the top of the order, and Hancock. Emery has struck out all 6 outs, I should say, as Wade swings and misses, counts 0-1. Jamrose has a single, but all 6 putouts are via strikeout by Emery. So here comes the 0-1. And that almost hit her in the head. Counts 1-1. 1-1 the count here. So that 1-1 hits the outside corner, and the count's 1-2. As here comes a 1-2 to Wade. That's swung on and missed for strike 3. So 1 down as Rose Card will come to the plate here for Seneca. Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Prelude Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine all sponsoring the broadcast. That first pitch is swung on and missed. The count's 0-1. Other sponsors, Campbell Betacom Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, and Prairie Top Chiropractic. So here comes the 0-1. That's swung on and missed, and the count quickly 0-2. Hancock on deck. Let's get back to the top of the order here. It's the 0-2, and that ball is laced down the right field line, but it's foul. So the count will remain 0-2, but she got a piece of it. So here comes another 0-2 from Emery. That's swung on and missed for strike 3. So one time through the lineup, as Emery has 8 strikeouts. Jamrose has the lone hit for Seneca. One time through the lineup. Other 8 batters struck out. Hancock back at the top of the order here for Seneca. So that first pitch is in there for a strike as she went the old-fashioned changeup there. 0-1 the count. As here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed, and the count 0-2. And now Hancock needs to protect here with 2 strikes. Matt County plays here tomorrow afternoon, 4:30 first pitch, 4:05 airtime as that pitch is outside. Counts 1-2. That game also on KNEO 91.7 FM. Then Thursday against Cassville, that's a video-only webcast from Cassville. Webb City will be at home Thursday afternoon. Ball fouled back to the screens. The count remains 1-2. Don't know off the top of my head who Webb City plays on Thursday, but I know Webb City is at home on Thursday afternoon. Try and find that out for you here in a second if I have a moment, as not sure what the delay was, but there was a delay there for a second. 1-2 the count here on Hancock. As here comes the 1-2, and she waits on it, and the ball hit to Emery, throws to first in time for the putout, and that will do it for Seneca here in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left through 3. It is 12-0 Neosho.
There's no denying that watching a church service while you're sitting on the couch, in your sweats, with a cup of coffee, is pretty nice. As comfortable as that can be, though, it's just not the same as attending church in person with other followers of Jesus Christ.
The Christian fellowship is not optional, it's essential. It's commanded.
Billy Graham.
We are not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together. The Bible teaches that the church is like a vine with its many branches, members of the body of Christ all knit together. The church is to worship together. God has commanded it, and I want to tell you, you cannot live a victorious Christian life and have the peace and the joy in your heart without faithfulness in the church.
Want to know more about the importance of worshiping with others in person? Go to findpeacewithgod.net. Click on Grow in Your Christian Faith. That's findpeacewithgod.net from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Is going to start off the top of the 4th here as she takes a ball. Emery, Mahurin, and Tomlinson are the 3 due up. Anybody who reaches Stevens would come to the plate. That pitch is dribbled foul, so the count is 1-1. One and one the count here on Emery. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that floated in there, but a little bit high and tight, so the count's 2-1. Mid-America Specialty Markets, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Gardens, all sponsoring the broadcast. 2-1 the count here on Emory. As here comes the 2-1 pitch. That pitch is dribbled to third. Barry throws to first in time for the putout. And there's one down, 5-3 putout, as Carly Mahurin comes to the plate. Mahurin walked her last time up. She's also struck out. But one down here for Mahurin, as that is in there for a strike, so the count is 0-1. Thursday, Carl Junction at Webb City. That's a 5 o'clock broadcast. And those are our softball games this week. And then Webb City hosts Kickapoo on Friday night football-wise. So that one is in there for a strike, and the count quickly is 0-2. That Webb City game you can also watch live on KSN starting at 7 o'clock. Seneca at home in their home opener against Nevada. Daryl Harbaugh and Seth Wilson will join me for the call of that one. That ball hit on a hop to Jamros. It's a fair ball, and there's two down. As Kylie Tomlinson will come to the plate. She has singled and reached on an error and has scored both times she's been up. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast. Sommer looking for a 1-2-3 inning. So here comes the first pitch to Tomlinson. That pitch is nubbed foul towards Coach Goodell. Counts 0-1. I had my head down. She may have booted it. As Darryl would say, that may be an EC, an error on the coach. 0-1 the count here on Tomlinson. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's low for a ball. Counts 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike here on the number 8 hitter for Neosho. As here comes the 1-1 from Tomlinson. To Tomlinson, I should say. And it's fouled off. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seneca looking for their first clean inning, and it'd be the first 1-2-3 inning of the contest as well. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust sponsoring the broadcast. As here comes the 1-2 pitch from Kinley Sommer. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and poked foul, back to the screen. So Tomlinson doing a good job of keeping herself alive. Count remains 1-2. Two outs here in the top of the 4th. 12 batters got to the plate for Neosho in the 3rd as they exploded for 8 runs off 6 hits and 1 error. And that changeup is in there for strike 3. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Seneca. 3.5 in the books. It's 12-0 Neosho.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Missourians know we've got their back. For 75 years, they've turned to Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance for dependable, personalized life insurance coverage. That's 75 years protecting families and the lives they've built. For small-town values and big-time protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out huddlespringschurchofchrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, "We want to go to heaven with you."
Jolie King will start off the inning here for Seneca. 2-3-4. King, Jamrose, and Sommer, the three due up. As that pitch hits the inside corner. Counts 0-1. King and Sommer both 0 for 1 with strikeouts. Jamrose has the lone Seneca hit. So here comes the 0-1. And that's low. So the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. For State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Huddle Springs Church of Christ, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. That pitch is spoiled back to the screen, and the count is 1-2. See if Jolie can find a way to get a hit here. That pitch is low, and the count's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here on the leadoff hitter for Seneca. And that pitch is in there for a called strike 3. There's 1 down as Abby Jamrose will come to the plate.
Number 26.
She has the lone hit. She had a hard single her first time up. So here comes the first pitch to her. That pitch is high and inside for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. As here comes the 1-0 to Jamrose. And that pitch is high as well, so the count's 2-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. There's only been 1 put out, not via strikeout. That pitch is hit to left center field, and it's going to drop in front of the left fielder. So Jamrose is 2 for 2. As Kinley Sommer will come to the plate. So Jamrose 2 for 2. Got jammed there, but able to muscle it out in front of the left fielder. Sommer struck out her first time. So here comes the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Throw back behind Jamrose, who's back safely. 0-1 the count. One out here in the inning. So here comes the 0-1 and swings and misses at the changeup, and the count is quickly 0-2. So Emery doing a good job of changing speeds here as she went with the changeup there, and Sommer way out ahead of that one. So here comes an 0-2. That's in the dirt. Jamrose thought about taking off and gets back to first base back. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on Twitter at KNEO917sports. 1-2 the count. That ball is nubbed to Arnold at first. She's going to just take the put out there. The fielder's choice allows Jamrose to get to second. And there's 2 down now as Rayleigh Davis will come to the plate.
For Seneca, number 10, Rayleigh Davis.
So 2 outs here, runner in scoring position for the Lady Indians. As here comes the first pitch from Emery. That pitch hits the inside corner, and the count's 0-1. Bottom 4 here in Seneca. Neosho scored 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and then exploded for 8 runs in the third. This pitch is high and outside for a ball. Counts 1-1. One ball and 1 strike here on Davis. So here comes the 1-1. That's fouled back to the screen, and the count is 1-2. Neosho will send 9-1-2 to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. That pitch hits the inside corner for strike 3. That will end the inning for Seneca. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Through 4, it's 12-0 Lady Wildcats.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
Smith will face off against Kinley Summer as she begins her second full inning of work. She came in with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. We have a pinch hitter here. It looks like it's 15, Brooklyn Rogers.
For Neosho, number 15, Brooklyn Rogers.
As here comes the first pitch. 1-7, so we were wrong. It's Tinley Curiel, excuse me. So a different number. As here comes the 1-0. That's low. Which counts 1-1. So that's number 17. That's the 1-1 count here. As here comes a 1-1 from Summer. That is in there for a strike, and the count's 1-2. So 1-2 the count here. A pinch hitter here for Neosho. So here comes the 1-2. That pitch is hit on a couple hops. Hancock comes in, fields it. Good throw. Good job by Jim Rose to hold the bag as well. And there's 1 down. So you get back to the top of the order, and Autumn Kennard.
Bat number 1, Autumn Kennard.
And so Kennard, 0 for 2 on the day, reached on a walk in the third, came around and scored. It's actually the first batter that Kinley Summer faced. Pitch is hammered to left center field and deep, and that is gone. A solo home run for Autumn Kennard.
Home run hit by Autumn Kennard.
And that makes it 13-0. As that is the third home run of the afternoon for Neosho. As Kendon Smith will come to the plate. She has singled 2 of the 3 times she's been up. She's 2 for 3.
Number 18, Kendon Smith.
So Smith coming to bat here for the Lady Wildcats. As they put another one on the board. They had a clean 4th to Seneca, but that's the only inning that Neosho hasn't scored. As here comes the first pitch to Smith. That pitch is hit in the air down the right field line, and it is just foul. And that one would have been at least 3 bases for Smith if she reaches, because that one is bouncing away from Card in right field going towards the bullpen. Very easily could be an inside the park home run as well. But it just missed the white chalk down that right base line. Right field line, right baseline, wow. 0-1 the count here on Smith. Here comes the 0-1. And that misses the inside corner. And the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. Seneca faces Mack County here at home tomorrow to begin Big 8 play. So here comes the 1-1. That's outside, and the count's 2-1. Two and a 1 the count here. So here comes the 2-1. That 2-1 is hit on a couple hops. Gets past Barry, and Hancock can't field it. That was going to be a tough play for either of them. I think Barry may have messed Hancock up a little bit, but I don't know that if Hancock handles that clean that she's going to get to it anyways. Journey Arnold comes to the plate. She's 2 for 3. A 2-run home run, a single. She's also reached via error. As here comes the first pitch to her. That pitch is hammered to right center field and deep, and that's going to bounce up against the fence. And I think they thought potentially as the run will come in and score, I think Smith thought potentially that ball was gone because she was jogging halfway around third. But it's a triple for Arnold. As Sophia Copeland will come to the plate here, batting for Sadie Leach. As here comes the first pitch. Back up the middle, and Summer with the putout on the line out. So it's an L1. As now we have another pinch hitter coming to the plate. We just don't know who it is yet. As it's going to be Dayton Marshall. So Dayton Marshall will bat for Addie Hart.
Number 23, Dayton Marshall.
So another pinch hitter here for the Lady Wildcats. Runner at third is Arnold. So here comes the first pitch to her. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. So 3 different pinch hitters here for Neosho. Neosho going to improve to 7-3 on the season. Seneca going to fall to 2-4. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on and missed, and the count's 0-2. As here comes an 0-2 pitch from Summer. And that 0-2 pitch, it's the outside corner for strike 3. That will end the inning. For Neosho, they tack on 2 more runs on 3 base hits. There were no errors, and they strand 1. 4.5 in the books. 14-0 Neosho.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The 3-2 up. Rose Card in the hole, or the 4th place batter, if you can get that far for Seneca. That pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. We're nearing the top of the 6 o'clock hour. You're listening to KNEO 91.7 FM, Neosho Joplin, live online at kneo.org. That pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And there is one down. As Josie Andrews is going to pinch hit here for Olivia Wade. Or no pinch hitting. That's my fault. Josie Andrews comes to the plate, the number 7 hitter. So that ball is put out into left field, but the left fielder able to come in and get the put out, and there are 2 down now as I believe Olivia Wade comes to the plate here for Seneca. She is the final chance for Seneca to try and extend the game. Olivia Emery has gone the 4 2/3 here. So that first pitch is low for a ball. So the count's 1-0. Seneca at home tomorrow against McDonald County. 4:30 first pitch. 4:05 airtime on KNEO. You can also watch our live feed on our website at kneo.org. That ball is spoiled foul. Out of play. Or actually, it's not out of play. It hit the screen and bounced back in. So the count's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Wade. If she can reach, Card would get a second plate appearance. So that pitch is in there for a strike, and Seneca is down to their final strike as the count's 1-2 here on Wade. 1-2 the count. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That won the game. Neosho wins this one by a final score of 14-0. They improve to 7-3 overall. Seneca falls to 2-4 on the season. The post-game show sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District after this break on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Mid-America Specialty Markets of Seneca is a supporter of the Seneca Indians, and they're proud to bring you today's game. They provide insurance services for the four-state area, including home, auto, life, and agribusiness. Located at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, they are licensed in Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. Learn more today at midminsurance.com or call 417-451-9177. Mid-America Specialty Markets. Protecting your business and family is our specialty.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
The Oxford Dictionary defines mercy as compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone who should rightfully be punished. Billy Graham talked about the mercy that freed him from a punishment he deserved.
I deserve the wrath of God. I'm a sinner. I deserve judgment in hell, but I'm not going to spend one day in hell. Not because I have preached to people or because I've read the Bible or because I go to church.
But if it's not good works that spare us from punishment, what does?
Jesus was enduring the wrath of God that you and I deserve. It's because of Jesus on the cross.
Now, it's up to you to accept the mercy that Jesus Christ offers. He's alive today, and you can know him personally, and we can help. Call us at 855-255-PRAY. 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Most of us have certain bills that require us to pay them off in order to keep using the service. There's another debt you owe, but this one you cannot pay yourself. It's called sin, and the Bible teaches it separates us from God. Fortunately, the gospel says Jesus loves you and paid that debt for you. It doesn't matter what you've done. You're offered this gift and can receive forgiveness. If you'd like to talk with someone to find out how Jesus can pay the debt of sin in your life, call us at 888-NEED-HIM or go to chataboutjesus.com.
Hi, I'm Pastor Rod Van Gorkum of First Baptist Church Seneca, and I would like to take a minute and share about grace. What is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something you don't deserve. See, I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God gives away to me and to others by His grace. The Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 11, "For the grace of God hath appeared, bringing salvation to all men." Have you accepted God's gift of grace, His salvation through His Son, Jesus Christ? If not, please do. For the Bible says today is the day of salvation. For KNEO Radio, I'm Rod Van Gorkum.
Softball here. Seneca didn't help their cause a whole ton here today. Neosho got their 14 runs off of 13 hits. They were helped by 3 Seneca errors as well and left 4 players on base. For Seneca, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. Abby Jamros, the lone Seneca player, to get a hit today. She finished 2 for 2. Jamros picks up the loss, 1 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 9 runs. I believe that was 2 1/3 because she started the third. Excuse me, I have my math wrong. She went 2 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 9 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Kinley Sommer went 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 1 base on ball, and 3 strikeouts. For Neosho, Olivia Emery picks up the win, 5 innings, 2 hits, and 12 strikeouts. Our next Neosho broadcast is tomorrow afternoon as the Seneca Lady Indians face McDonald County here at home. 4:30 first pitch, 4:05 airtime here tomorrow afternoon. For our studio producer, Daniel Moore, I'm Ben Wolcott saying so long here from Seneca. We thank you for watching high school softball here on the KNEO Sports Network. We now join In Touch, already in progress here on KNEO.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.